Hello all. So today we have come up with challenge number 4, that is managing stakeholder expectation. The most frequent or common question which I have seen or I have been asked or my team have been asked by the stakeholder is, when will I get my stuff done? So today in this session, I will discuss that as a Scrum Master, how you can help your team to answer this kind of queries and meet the stakeholder expectation. So the first thing you can, the first my recommendation will be, don't try to answer or jump to answer this kind of queries by yourself. Rather, coach your product owner, your developer, so that they can answer this kind of queries to the stakeholders by themselves. So to coach them, the first thing which in you can do is coach them on estimation and forecasting. Why I'm saying so? Because I have seen many Scrum team use the word forecast and commitment interchangeably, which led to confusion in the later stage. So traditionally you will see that your Scrum team is expected to estimate the work and directly commit to it. But as a Scrum Master, we need to coach our team that we use the word forecast instead of commit to highlight the inherent uncertainty in the agile way of working. So we need to understand, or we need to coach the product owner or and the developer, that the product backlog which we are referring is fluid and it will evolve with time. So that is the reason we cannot say the actual estimation on spot, right? So because there could be some unpredictability of the work which we are not aware at that point of time. So all this basic concept we need to first coach our team, so that they can manage this kind of queries. I can recall I have worked with the team and I have coached them on these areas which I have just mentioned. And in later stage, I there was a sprint review happening, and one of the stakeholder asked, like, picked up one feature and asked my team that what is the deadline of that feature, when I can see that feature is completed. So from stakeholders perspective, you can see that, if you see, you will understand that this is a very valid question, because the stakeholder, they have the right to know how their investment is progressing, right? But if you have coached your team, as I mentioned earlier, you will see that your team will be able to answer this kind of queries very accurately and very confidently as well. So what my team did at that point, that my developers walked them through all the technical challenges, all the external dependencies that my team will face while working with that feature. So it was in healthcare domain, and my team had to take care some data security issue. My team had some external dependency, because that hospital application was linked with some external pharmacy application, and my team had to make sure that there is the between the pharmacy application, the third party application, and the current hospital application, there is no issue in the coordination. So my team had to ensure that as well. Apart from that, there was already a legacy system built up, and my team had to ensure that while delivering this feature, this the legacy application should not affect. So when my team walked through all these challenges in detail, highlighting that these factors might impact the timeline, the stakeholder understood at that point that why at this moment an actual timeline, giving an actual timeline is not possible. My team can only give a forecast. Okay, and the second thing what my team did, if you observe, whatever answer they have given, you will see that they were very transparent about the process what they are following. They were transparent about the dependencies, the technical challenges, everything which they knew at that point of time. They discussed everything with the stakeholder, and they have mentioned that with the current estimate for the feature, considering all these factors and assuming that no new product backlog will be added, they will take almost next seven sprint to complete that. And they also mentioned that this is with this estimation or this forecast is based on the current knowledge they are having. It might change as they will progress with the actual work. So, I will say that with this explanation, the stakeholders understood the present scenario, and they didn't ask any further question on that. They just wanted that to keep them posted, whatever happening for that feature in the next couple of sprints. So to conclude this, I will say that first coach your team on that on how to estimate, how to forecast a work, all these area as I mentioned. Second, I will say that be very transparent with your stakeholders always. That always work, and that always work for me, I can say. And whatever you are discussing now, whatever you are forecasting, there might be the changes when your team will actually working on that feature, but there is no harm on that. But make sure that your team keep updating the stakeholders on that area. So with this, I can say that not only my team was able to reach the stakeholders expectation, my team was able to not only able to build a healthy relationship with the stakeholders, but also my team was able to set up a real